I was gonna start this video off with an intro, but I just can't. RH2 just keeps on disappointing, bro. So I decided to hop on this morning to ball out, you know what I mean? Just do what I do. And obviously the recent video, it struck a lot of nerves and it reached a lot of people. I had a lot of conversations with y'all, so I'm gonna be answering a few questions about the newest update. So I heard about the new shooting buff. I'm gonna just talk about this real quick and then I'm gonna get to what the big issue is. Alright, so the shooting buff. Did anybody ask for this? I mean, yeah, we asked for shooting to be buffed to an extent. We didn't ask for an entire base shooting buff. We never asked for this. I never once said buff the entire base of shooting. I never said that. I don't think anybody who is a content creator or a good player or even a bad player said buff the entire base of shooting. What I suggested was buff the shooting on wide open shots, like good released, full bar, or green open shots. Not the ones where you're out of stamina, you do crazy step back, shoot off the dribble. Because if y'all don't understand what the base shooting is, it's basically where it just plays the default jump shot animation. And they buffed that entirely. Like, why? And I decided to test it in the arcade because I had no one to play with in park. This shit is fucking busted, bro. I'm out here hitting late releases, bro. You're gonna see it as the video continues. And this kid I'm playing against, bro, he was hitting constant fucking whites off the step back. So, bro, with all due respect, now don't get me wrong, it's a cool update, whatever. But the pet peeve I have with it is that nobody asked for this. At least nobody good or a content creator has asked for this. And the reason why I think this is a major issue is because how are you gonna buff the entire base of shooting but not buff defense as well? So not only is defense going to be ass still, but shooting is going to be even more toxic. So all I got to do now is make a pure playmaker with a decent three-pointer and max out the speed and the three off the rip, and I'll be a god simply because this update. Rel, I recommend you right now, if you want to buff shooting, buff it correctly. Don't buff the entire base. It's fucking broken. If you're going to buff the entire base, buff the fuck out of defense. But I highly recommend you just nerf the entire base, go back to how it was, and then just buff the open shots. It just makes more sense. But yeah, on to the major issue I have. So I got lied to again. Yesterday, the park had a park announcement saying the park servers were going to shut down on that night, and I waited. Hopped on after the shutdown. The game was still laggy as fuck. There was no update to the shooting. It just sucked. As a matter of fact, it became worse. Usually, it would just be once in a blue moon where I go to dribble, shoot the ball, and it lags. Nope. Every time I dribble, I have a spike. Every time I shoot, I have a spike. Every time somebody joins the park or let alone walks past me, I have a spike. I can't hoop in these servers. I can't do it. Alright, now that I've, clarified that as well, there's also another really big issue. In fact, this might be the most crucial of all. It's two things in particular. Now, I might get banned for this, but just know this is practically free exploits. So y'all may be questioning why, certain players are fast all the time and not losing any stamina. Well, I could tell you. There's an infinite speed glitch. Yes, and this has been around since pre-alpha, by the way. This somehow, some way has just never been fixed, and I don't think it's ever going to get fixed. And to be honest, the only way it is going to get fixed, if we're lucky, is if I leak it to y'all. So I'm going to go ahead and leak it. Now, how do I know how to do this? I was studying it in the my court. So basically how you do it is when you get the ball, you want to do a hesitation, like the drive hesitation. Yeah, you want to do that. As soon as you press that key, right before the animation plays, you just want to tap shift and hold W. And boom, you don't have to do anything after that. You can literally just zigzag with max speed. I don't have footage of this, but bro, just believe me when I say this, it's fucking busted. It's so busted. Just try it in the mic court. The shit's broken. And now for the worst of them all, bro. And I heard this got fixed. I'm calling bullshit. I'm gonna try it in the park later, and I'll let y'all know in the comments when I pin my comment. But this bug overall is just so fucking broken, and it just needs to be fixed. I knew that this was gonna somehow become an issue. So if you get the ball, you tell your teammate to go to the corner, the deep corner, like the three, you know what I mean? You drive to the paint. If you pump fake at the baseline, just right ahead of the baseline, right? Your character will do an overhead pass. Y'all know where I'm going with this. I call it the instant bucket glitch. Once y'all do everything I just told y'all to do, it'll basically automatically score because it'll go right under the hoop. And obviously in the hoop, there's a score detection system because, that's how basketball works. The basketball will hit that shit every single time, and it will count every single time. And you want to know the worst part? Not only does it give you points, but it gives you XP. Like, how the fuck did we get here, bro? How did we get here? I'm seriously hoping to God this is fixed, but I'm gonna let y'all know as soon as this video uploads. I'm gonna let y'all know in the pinned comments if it got fixed or not. I'm not gonna consider this a rant because in full honesty, it's hilarious. Experiencing these bugs was just so funny, but I think what is more severe is probably the shooting system entirely. Like, just make the shooting the way it was, just buff the open shots. I mean, it's common sense, really. But yeah, that's gonna be it, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I wouldn't call it a rant. I would just say it's an update on RH2 in case y'all aren't updated. I hope nobody takes offense. I'm just trying to, you know what I'm saying, save this game somehow, some way. I get ahead of these bugs pretty quickly. And yeah, man, I'll catch y'all on the flippity dip, man. I gotta go walk my fish.